What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to focus on trim editing, the tools that'll help you trim edit, and also keyboard shortcuts that help you save time and move along quicker in your editing process. Now let's get started. So let's head down to the timeline panel, and you notice I have 3 clips placed inside the timeline to work with. So let's start with the easiest and the most obvious way to do it. Head over here to the tool panel, and you'll notice there's the selection tool, which is keyboard shortcut V. Let's head back over here. It has the typical arrow pointer as normal, and then when you hover over a clip, you'll notice it changes to this red line with the red arrow pointing left, and if you move to the next clip on the other end, it shows you go in the other direction, so it just shows you that's the way you're going to edit. So let's start here on this first clip. I'm going to click it once, and you're going to see that it shows the red all the way down. That's just indicating that it's going to move the audio track also. Now let's just say we want to cut right here where the playhead is. If you leave the playhead there and you grab, you can just slide it and it snaps right to the playhead and you've made the first cut. Now this does leave the gap there, which you'll notice, which can be good sometimes if you want to add a different clip and use that space. But if you want to just pull the rest of the timeline down, you don't want to have to grab it, highlight it, and then move it down. There's an easier way. So I'm going to undo this and I'm going to undo that cut. Now if we head back over to the tool panel, underneath the selection tool, go 2 down, and you're going to see the ripple edit tool. Keyboard shortcut B. So I'm going to grab that, and you notice it's a little bit different. When I hover over the same place, you notice it turns into a yellow version of that same symbol we saw in red. This just means that it's the ripple side, and it's going to pull the clip together with it. So we're going to give it one single click. You'll notice the yellow on the auto track also, just like the red was, but now it's yellow indicating it's going to do a different feature. So we're going to keep the playhead in the same position, and we're going to drag over like we were going to. And remember, with the selection tool, it left that gap there. But with this tool, as soon as I let go, it automatically pulls it. So then you don't have to go over and grab the rest of them and bring it in. That's a very time-efficient way to be able to pull the clips with you as you edit, so you don't have to go back and re-grab them and bring them closer. And I'm going to undo that. Now let's just say in this big long clip, you want to take a section in the middle out here. So you don't want to pull the end and you don't want to pull this end. You want to cut out the middle here. Head over to the toolbar, and just below the ripple edit, there's the razor tool, which you'll see the keyboard shortcut is C. I think of it as cut, if it's just a little reminder to help your mind. I'm going to click on it. Now it's going to turn. You can see there's a little razor blade here. And when you hover over the item, you can see this line. And anywhere that line is, you're going to make a cut. So let's just go to the playhead like we did before. And just click, and then we move the playhead. You'll notice it put a cut there. And let's just say we want to do one on the other side. We want to cut. And let's switch to the selection tool, which is keyboard shortcut V, or you can go over and click the selection tool. And literally you grab and highlight the middle, hit delete, and you've deleted the middle section without affecting the ends of the clip. I'm going to undo that. The same way we had that ripple delete tool that brought the other clips together, if you highlight this, and instead of just hitting delete regularly, hit Option, and then hit delete, it'll bring the clips together. So I'm going to do that one more time. So I'm going to highlight that middle section, and instead of hitting regular delete and leaving the gap, if you hit Option and then hit delete, it'll ripple delete and bring it together to save time. I'm going to undo that and leave another clip. Now my 2 quickest and favorite keyboard shortcuts for editing are the letter Q and the letter W. And what they do is I'm going to put it here on the end of the clip so it becomes more obvious. So if you notice on the keyboard, Q and W are right next to each other. The Q is on the left, W is on the right. So wherever you put the playhead is the magic place it's going to cut. So on this clip right here, you can see it's fairly long. So I'm going to move it here on the end just to make it extra obvious. So there's just a little bit of line. So this is going to cut right here. Now if we hit W, because that's on the right side of the Q and the W, it's going to bring this to the line. Watch. 1, 2, 3. And see how it automatically cut it together? Now I'm going to undo that. Now I'm going to leave the playhead exactly where it was, and if I hit Q, it's going to cut off this entire thing and bring it all together. So here we go on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Now you notice it cut off the long end, so I'm going to undo that. And I'm going to put the playhead here on this side. And remember, wherever the playhead is, that's where it's going to cut on this shortcut. So now if I hit Q, it's going to eliminate just this left side here. See how it did that? And I'm going to undo that. let's move in the same place. And if I hit W, which is to the right of the Q, it's going to cut off the right side and bring it all together. So here we go. Boom. So Q and W are very, very fast. Just move the blade wherever you want. Do you want the end to be cut off or the front to be cut off? And you can just chop from there using Q and W. Now those keyboard shortcuts can definitely save you time in your edits. And I know it seems simple, like it's only a few seconds, but they definitely add up. I mean, you could save hours and hours on a major project over the weeks of doing it by using the keyboard shortcuts. So try to learn them as much as possible, and it really just save you time and you'll feel like a ninja. It'll be fantastic. Hopefully this showed you a few ways to trim down a clip, and some of the keyboard shortcuts can save you some time in your edits. And if you did learn anything, please hit the thumbs up on the video for the YouTube algorithm. And if you'd like to see more editing tutorials in Adobe Premiere Pro, subscribe to the channel as I'm constantly putting up new videos. Anyway, thank you very much and have a great day. Later.